559 billion naira budget. The Senate at a plenary on Tuesday passed the 2023 budget of the Nigerian Communications Commission following the presentation of the Committee on Communications. The lawmaker representing Yobe South, Ibrahim Bumai, who laid and presented the report, said that the NCC 2023 budget of 559.080 billion naira was made up of total recurrent expenditure of 86.7 billion naira, capital expenditure of 5.2 billion naira, and special projects of 35 billion naira. And lastly, from Vanguard newspaper, petrol, NNPC slashes price for marketers to ease scarcity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, yesterday adopted new measures aimed at guaranteeing adequate fuel supply across the country by fixing 148 naira per litre as the price for lifting petrol at depots. It also agreed to supply outstanding stock to independent oil marketers to end product shortage. This came as the independent marketers said they had been lifting the product from private depots at about 200 naira per litre, which made it impossible for them to meet the Department of State Services DSS 48-hour directive last week. And that's it. You can pick up a copy of any of the dailies or go online to read more. Also, interact with us via our social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Traffic Radio 961, and follow me across social media at Daily Agadumo.
Lagos is rising, rising, rising. The greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising.
From just another state in the world's most populous black nation, through resilience of our spirits, a greater Lagos is rising.
Through the boldness of our vision, our blue and red real systems are coming. We are Lagosians, we are strong. A greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising. The greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising.
We are building new roads, new schools, and new hospitals, securing our city, building new Lagos homes.
Digital economy is emerging, driven by innovation and technology.
Through audacity of our inspiration,
Greater Lagos is rising, 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 rising. Greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising.
together we will re-elect.
Come on, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu as our governor. With him, no fuss can stop us, no one can deny that we are rising to the top. The greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising. The greater Lagos is rising, rising, rising.
Re-elect Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu as Governor, Lagos State.
Greater Lagos
Rising.
APC
Progress. My people are hello. Now better levels are coming land on automatic goza. Globe Festival of Joy promo.
This one na helele price galore. Protect night life soft from glow.
Stage your way bracket president nyete. Tanda di for win.
20 brand new house,
24 Chacha new cars,
100 generators,
200 sewing machine, 1,000 rechargeable fan,
and 1,000 upon 1,000 other price them day.
just dial star 611 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of Joy promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your luck fish shine to win brand new house. If you cost to recharge or load data when cost from 500 naira go reach 10,000 naira every month, week or every day. New or Charaka plus other fantabulous price and feel land your hand here.
You say don't top bicycle they sleep.
Make you dial star 611 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Unlimited.
Miss Polly has a baby who was sick, sick, sick. She phones to the doctor to be quick, loud drop, and he knocks on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat.
Rexall paracetamol drop is good for the treatment of feverish conditions in babies. Rexall paracetamol drop has a fruity taste and it is mild on the child's digestive system.
Then the baby was happy and started to play.
Rexall paracetamol, also available as tablets and suppositories for adults and syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Rexall paracetamol, another quality product from Daily Need Industries.
Coming! Oh, Vincent, just the person I want to see. You're welcome. Please sit down, sit down.
What happened, Chief? You're looking all bright and cheerful today, unlike last week when...
Forget about last week. I now have my insurance policy from Linkage Assurance PLC. That means all my containers, motor vehicles, and my warehouse are well protected.
Hey, I hear that Linkage Assurance PLC is now bigger,
Yes.
bolder,
Yes.
and better to offer various classes of insurance like motor insurance, oil and gas, fire and burglary, agriculture, marine and aviation, and general accident insurance with prompt claim settlement.
To get your Linkage Assurance policy, please call 0700 546 52273. Linkage Assurance PLC. Protection that counts.
Do you know that a good massage can reduce stress, pain, muscle soreness, and improve circulation, energy, relaxation, immune function, and alertness? It's about time you experience the awesomeness of Seragem. Seragem offers a wide range of innovative automatic thermal massages customized for your body that will leave you feeling healthier and happier. We have a line of thermal devices that provides intensive heat and pressure stimulation to the spine. Guess what? You can enjoy Seragem for free by requesting for the free 10-day in-home trial with no obligation to buy. And you can also visit our showroom and experience a free 40-minute massage. Seragem Nigeria Limited is located at number 90 at Denny Jones Avenue, ABC Bus Stop, Ikeja, Lagos State. For further inquiries, please call 0903-341-1111 or 0807-8888-851 or visit www.seragem.com.ng. Seragem, healing your life.
Hi there, my name is Mercy Johnson Okoji.
My name is Joke Silva.
Hi there, I am Aprocodox.
My name is Chef Winnie, aka Delicious Food.
It's your boy Cruz with Joe. I love cooking.
And my choice of cooking oil.
My choice of cooking oil is Power Oil.
My choice is Power Oil.
Use Power Oil. It's triple filtered. It contains omega-6 and 9, and it's fortified with vitamin A. Plus, it comes in different packs and sizes, so you can afford it without breaking the bank.
My people are hello. Now better levels are carrying land on automatic bosa. Love Festival of Joy promo.
This one now, Helele Praise Galore. Protect make life soft from blow.
Stadium where bracket the president yete. Tanda the buffer win.
20 brand new house,
24 Chacha new cars,
100 generators,
200 sewing machine, 1,000 rechargeable fan,
and 1,000 upon 1,000 other prize them day.
Just dial star 611 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of Joy promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your luck fish shine to win brand new house. If you cost your recharge or load data when cost from 500 naira, go reach 10,000 naira every month, week, or every day. New or Jalaga plus other fantabulous prize and feel on your hand here.
You still don't top bicycle they sleep.
Make you dial star 611 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Unlimited.
My guy, look where they go now. Our guys they wait to.
Bros, my body no gree cooperate today.
Which can yawa be that?
I beg come sit down, Joe.
Sit down?
Yes. The thing no gree me now.
Abi, that your pile wahala don't come again?
Oh, pile wahala no be small thing, oh. Now so you go to start you. If it swell up or to the commot blood self, to sit down self, now bege. That's why I say make you tackle my problem with Anudol suppositories. Anudol suppositories get bismuth of gallet, balsam peru, and zinc oxide to tackle pile. So you go fit a canquet to do your work sharp.
Oh yeah, my guys. Make we go. Mother do good. One bottle for my guys.
Anudol suppositories. Now your relief for pile. Anudol suppositories. Now Daily Need Industries they make up. Make una read the product leaflet too. If after 2 days you know better, go see your doctor.
My people are hello. Now better levels are carrying land on automatic bosa. Love Festival of Joy promo.
This one now, Helele Praise Galore. Protect make
bungalow. Stadium where Brekete President Nyete. Now you the for win. 20 brand new house, 24 Chacha new cars, 100 generators, 200 sewing machine, 1,000 rechargeable fan, and 1,000 upon 1,000 other price them day. Just dial star 611 hash to enter and win inside the Globe Festival of Joy promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your luck fish shine to win brand new house. If you cost your recharge or low data when cost from 500 naira go reach 10,000 naira every month, week or every day. New or Jalaka plus other fantabulous price and feel like your hand here. You still don't top bicycle they sleep. Make you dial star 611 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Unlimited.
Wait a second, is it Christmas? Christmas, wake up everybody, it's Christmas!
I love it when it's Christmas time, 'cause everything feels alright. Everybody's here, spreading Christmas cheer.
Yes. This is Christmas time. All right, then countdown continues. 11 more days before we hit Christmas on this wonderful month of December. Let's see if we can bring you some good news right now from the waterways. And joining us via the phone line this morning, our own reporter, Damilare Fagua, is at one of the jetties in Lagos. Damilare, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. How are you doing?
Very, very good. So where are you located at the moment?
Right now, I'm at Ikorodu Ipakodo Ferry Terminal.
Ooh.
One of the most busy and the largest ferry terminal we have in Lagos State.
Wow. Okay, so talk to me. What does it look like this morning?
And as usual, it's been very, very busy this morning. And as operation started as early as 6:30 this morning.
Right.
The first boat moved at 6:30 a.m. this morning. Victor, I must tell you, the activities here at the Pakodo Ferry Terminal, it's one of the most busiest. In fact, I could tell you people are really now in mass are making use of the waterways, and this is to tell you, will tell you that it's so fast. It's absolutely one of the most easiest ways to get to your destination, and at the same time you wouldn't have to face the traffic you have on the main road. So
right.
Lagosians are really making use of it. Earlier this morning, the Pakodo terminal here started with the parachute down to Ebuteru.
Okay.
From Ebuteru now takes you to CMS Marina. That started 7:30 a.m.
Right.
I will tell you, Victor, the Ikorodu Ferry Terminal works almost round the clock from Mondays to Friday.
Okay.
Because it gets to all parts of Lagos.
Right.
From Ebuteru to CMS, also from CMS Marina to from CMS to Marina to Palomo, also to Marina at the same time.
Okay.
So Ikorodu terminal here, it's one of the most busy.
It's a very, very busy one indeed.
Very, very busy.
All right.
Now, I could tell you almost about 70 boats. Yes, when I mean 70 boats, almost about 70 boats. Sometimes this morning, I found out that 70 boats had already lie on the road to pick passenger.
Wow.
They were already on the road to pick passenger. So imagine a ferry that has a waiting room, that also has a medical spot, and also a parking space. So motorists can actually.
So it has lots of facilities. It has lots of facilities as well for those that want to make use of the waterway. Is that what it means?
Yes, it has those facilities where you could also park your cars, and then it's safe. When you come back, you could also pick you up your car and you move. So it's quite a very much a good experience here for Lagosians to always make use of. And the fares to remain 800 naira.
Okay.
That's 800. And duration time to get to your destination is just about 50 minutes. Now it depends on where you're going. So, but at most 50 minutes, you're already at your destination. So imagine you'll spend 50 minutes 15 minutes on the waterways, what you cannot spend on the main road sometimes,
Right.
if with the traffic and all that. So it's quite a busy one here this morning as right now. So of course, it also gets to Ikorodu from Palomo as well. Now all these boats start from 6:30 a.m.
Right.
Also, then they run the afternoon shift that starts around 3:30. That's when most Lagos 3:30 to 4 o'clock. It's also ready to take passengers back home at the same time. So you also from 5:10 p.m. as well. You also have another boat ready as well to take passengers back to their residence. So it's quite a good experience here at the Ipakodo Ferry Terminal. And as I speak, some boats are still coming in to pick passengers at this time.
And some are departing too. Some are coming in, some are departing as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
so
then.
It's quite a busy. So we would just indulge Lagosians to make use of the waterway, as it's one of the most easiest, fastest, and also one of the most
convenient, convenient
means of traveling or conducive means of getting to.
Okay, then. Place. All right, then. Damilare Fagua, nice connecting with you. Thank you so much for bringing that update for us from the waterways. So you know it. You can make use of the waterways here in Lagos. We have a regulatory body, Lagos State Waterways Authority, and they have lots in stock to also ensure your safety moving from one location to the other. Let's switch gears right now and celebrate those who are marking their birthdays today. So December 14th, if you are born on this day, let's ring out the bell for you right now. A big birthday shout out going out to Bola Joko Olushola Shuritire. I understand you are a staff with Lagos State Government. All right, then we wish you well. Happy birthday to you, Shuritire. Oladele Ige celebrating too as well. Saeed Obani. All right. Today's your day. We wish you well. Ismaila Mohammed is a staff with Lagos State Government as well. Happy birthday to you. Tony Ereku is equally celebrating. And then you know the music artist known as Etc. All right. His real name is Ejikeme. He's a poet and a music artist as well. Big shout out to you. Lolade Faith Adeyemi is celebrating. Happy birthday to you. Favor Gawa, a.k.a. Favoritism. Today's your day too. And we give a big shout out going out to Folashade Ogunowo. You are of the Admin and Human Resource Department for the Lagos State Valuation Office. And this shout out is coming from Babatunde Ogunwole. He's celebrating you on this station. Equally celebrating today as well is a great friend of the house. Of course, Cynthia Ojo. You are wife to CSP Julius Ojo, very ardent listener, and of course, one of our very, very great friends. All right, Cynthia, we're celebrating you on this day, and we pray that God will continue to surprise you in multiple ways. As we turn a new year, we say happy birthday. It's going to be lots of roses of blessings, so to say. Cynthia Ojo, big birthday shout out to you. Equally celebrating as well, Pastor Peter Oyebade. I understand that you are zonal pastor, Fruitful Vine Zone. That's Fruitful Vine Zone of the RCCG. All right, then a big birthday shout out to you. And to all of you who are celebrating, let's get on the dance floor right now to say happy birthday, congratulations, enjoy the best of your day. Make sure you enjoy it well. Even though God has blessed you, you can do the dance and forget all your sorrows.
I don't get a lot, God you win. And I don't pay my rent, God you win. There be one for my hand, but God you win. There be one keep my joy, but God you win. I say anything and do not God you win. No, not God you win. No, not God you win, no. Anything and do not God you win. No, not God you win. No, not God you win, no. I don't change my name to God you win. And no more, I don't buy more to God you win. They say my market no go sell, but God you win. And then me say I no go blue, but God you win. Them my brother, make them try their luck, my God go win. No, my God go win. No, my Lord go win, no. Anything I do, now God go win. No, now God go win. No, now God go win, no. As you don't pass exam, now God you win. And then me say you no go pass, for God you win. You wake up, see today last song, now God you win. Robbers they rob, they no see you, brother. They no see you, my sister. Oh yeah, better fast. God you win.
Miss Polly has a baby who is sick, sick, sick. She phones to the doctor to be quick, quick, quick. The doctor came running with a Rexall drop, and he knocks on the door with a rat-a-tat-tat.
Rexall paracetamol drop is good for the treatment of feverish conditions in babies. Rexall paracetamol drop has a fruity taste and it is mild on the child's digestive system.
Then the baby was happy and started to play.
Rexall paracetamol, also available as tablets and suppositories for adults and syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. Rexall paracetamol, another quality product from Daily Need Industries.
Before now, getting a good HMO that works perfectly for my staff was a hassle. I decided to try Reliance HMO. I registered all 100 staff in 5 minutes. I have access to 24 hours responsive helpline and an account manager that helps me with whatever I need. My staff loves the access to the gym, spa, dental care, and hospitals. I will recommend Reliance HMO any day.
Visit reliancehmo.com/corporate or call 0700-7354-2623. Reliance HMO. You can rely on us.
My guy, look where they go now. Our guys they wait to. My body no gree cooperate today. Which can yawa be that? I beg come sit down, Joe. Sit down? Yes. The thing no gree me now. Abi that your pile wahala don't come again?
Oh, pile wahala no be small thing, oh. Now so you go to start you. If it swell up or to the commode blood self, to sit down self, now bege. That's why I say make you tackle my problem with Anudol suppositories. Anudol suppositories get bismuth of gallet, balsam peru, and zinc oxide to tackle pile. So you go fit a canquet to do your work sharp.
Oh yeah, my guys. Make we go. Mother do good. One bottle for my guys.
Anudol suppositories. Now your relief for pile. Anudol suppositories. Now Daily Need Industries they make up. Make una read the product leaflet too. If after 2 days you no better, go see your doctor.
Good news is here. For all you seeking employment, your time is now. A multinational company based in Lagos with a strong base in the US and UAE is currently recruiting inbound and outbound marketing and accounting professionals. This is a one-in-a-million opportunity for those seeking employment. Urgently send your CV to fticmps@gmail.com. I repeat, fticmps@gmail.com. Or you can call these numbers 0816-6976-917. I repeat, 0816-6976-917 or 0702-6656-925. I repeat, 0702-6656-925. Do not be left out of this wonderful opportunity because as we all know, no food for lazy men.
I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle light.
That a good massage can reduce stress, pain, muscle soreness, and improve circulation, energy, relaxation, immune function, and alertness? It's about time you experience the awesomeness of Saragem. Saragem offers a wide range of innovative automatic thermal massages customized for your body that will leave you feeling healthier and happier. We have a line of thermal devices that provides intensive heat and pressure stimulation to the spine. Guess what? You can enjoy Saragem for free by requesting for the free 10-day in-home trial with no obligation to buy. And you can also visit our showroom and experience experience a free 40 minutes massage. Saragem Nigeria Limited is located at number 90 at Denny Jones Avenue, ABC Bus Stop, Ikeja, Lagos State. For further inquiries, please call 0903-341-1111 or 0807-8888-851 or visit www.sierragem.com.ng. Sierragem, healing your life.
Hey, my people, now the turn of the Johnson's family to tutorials.
I'm breaking all limits.
Now me be the number one, my left for this world. I turn challenges into opportunities. Now me broke up with the next this world.
Biofit Vitamin B Complex. Now the correct tonic for the family. It gets vitamin B1, B2, and B6. We go help pikin grow well. And it dey help women wey get belle to dey strong kakaraka. Give your family Biofit Vitamin B Complex. Make them for dey strong and happy all the time.
Biovit Vitamin B Complex. Now to make a family day kampe. Now daily need industries they do am. If after 3 days you know better, go see a doctor.
Babe, could you renew my Airtel data subscription?
Of course, darling. Anything for you. All you see is me subbing for pay. But what I see is my wedding day.
The important things in life are powered by data. Dial *141# to choose any data plan that works for you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
As an oil-producing and exporting country, Nigeria is a large market for foreign goods owing to its population. In this regard, the maritime industry holds the key to the nation's growth and development. For the latest news on the maritime industry, tune in to Maritime Today on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, a program designed to showcase the opportunities and challenges in the Nigerian maritime sector. Why don't you join us on Wednesdays at 9:15 a.m. and Saturdays at 10:15 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM as we highlight the development and new regulations put in place to address the problems of the maritime industry. Wednesdays 9:15 a.m. and Saturdays 10:15 a.m. Maritime Today is brought to you by the Nigerian Shippers Council.
Thank God for the gift of life as we travel along Destiny's highway. The last but 2 weeks to the end of the year 2022 is slowly but surely inching closer and closer to the finish line with thoughts of victory very much in sight. We are already at the peak of the morning of the 9 o'clock hour, of course, revving up its engines for the day's work. And that means no time to waste as we seek best that which will be of benefit to all. And while you ponder upon life's endless possibilities this morning, let me branch to the maritime world and x-ray the vibrancy of Nigeria's economy through this visible gold mine, which remains largely untapped till date. This is Maritime Today, coming to you from your foremost traffic and transportation station, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is your twice weekly adventure through the maritime world, bringing you latest gist about the sector, stimulating ideas of growth, using the thoughts and ideas and, of course, activities of regulators, resource persons, and other stakeholders as a leveler for the attainment of development in the sector. The program is brought to you by the Nigerian Shippers Council, the economic regulator of the ports. Nice to have you join us. My name is Victor Oteri. On the program today, we will be zooming our camera lenses to focus on vessel acquisition as we reflect on the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. How long has it taken, or perhaps what has caused the delays for the disbursement on the fund now that we're hearing some good news about its approval, and what are the modalities for the disbursement of this fund? All that and much more will be part of the menu if you can keep us company from now through 10 o'clock. But first, let's have a word from our partners, and when we return, it'll be time for us to begin the conversation.
From A to B, from north to south.
Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline 0818-888-8895. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos. Or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your needs.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is the program, and very, very shortly we'll be sinking our teeth into the dynamics of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. But quickly, let's take you through the roads and also let you know what is going on right now. Those of you heading to the island, will tell you it's a slow and steady movement on the main bridge itself, but no major worries. The entire stretch of the 11.8 kilometers of that bridge is slow and steady, but it's still looking pretty good. At Jasa Command End, we can tell you Ekoro and its adjoining corridors this morning is building up gradually, especially inwards Ilepo, slow due to potholes. From there, connecting Agbelekale is good. And, of course, we have some delays at Ekoro due to the traffic light alternation. And, of course, we also have some other areas as well that we need to take note of. Out towards Lagos, I understand there's an impediment. Yes, it's an articulated vehicle at Kara Bridge, which broke down there. I understand it's occupying about 70 to 80% of the road. So it's very, very slow, but recovery very much in sight at the moment. All right, then, so let's move on quickly. This morning, we are trying to understand the dynamics of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. And it's all because over the weekend, an announcement was made by the Minister of Transportation, talking about Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo. He did announce to an elated audience that Mr. President has granted approval for the disbursement of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. Let's hear from the Minister.
I have just been informed that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, has approved my request for the disbursement of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. It is my belief that finally we are going to break a 17-year-old jinx that has hindered the growth and expansion of our domestic fleet. We are going to be liaising with the Minister, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, as well as the Governor of the Central Bank, in order to give immediate effect to this approval.
All right, then, so that was the news over the weekend, and it remains the biggest news in the industry. But let me bring in the direct stakeholders who will be sharing their thoughts about this. Captain Emmanuel Iheanacho, former Minister of Interior, and of course, he's Chairman, Genesis Worldwide Shipping Company Limited. Captain Iheanacho, nice to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Oteri. It's nice to be here.
Wonderful. And we're also being joined by Captain Tajuddin Alao, who is the President, Nigerian Association of Master Mariners. Captain Alao, nice to have you. Good morning. Captain Alao, are you there? Okay, Captain Alao, I think we need to do something about line. I can also hear my voice. We need to turn that down. But Captain Iheanacho, let's get to you. It's been a long time coming on the this news that's rocking the industry right now. So how did you feel when you heard of the news that approval has been granted for the disbursement of the CVFF funds?
Well, we are absolutely elated. It's been a long time coming, as you say. It's a battle that started so many years ago when we mounted a campaign to revealed to the Nigerian public the benefits that we were losing from non-participation in the lifting of goods, cabotage goods coastwise. And in articulating our position at the time, we also touched upon the requirement to have help from government in assisting indigenous operators which obtain finance to buy vessels.
Right. Right.
So it's taken a long time coming. There's been a lot of politicking in the interval, but we're very grateful that common sense has prevailed, and His Excellency, Mr. President, has so kindly agreed that the amount that has been accrued so far can now be disbursed to deserving and genuine operators in the industry.
All right, then I think you can kindly help me turn down the volume of your radio so that we can have a very good communication. Captain Tajuddin Alao, are you there? Hello? Captain Alao? Okay, all right. It appears we're having a very bad connection to Captain Alao this morning. But Captain Henacho, for the purpose of clearer understanding, just take our listeners through. When we talk about the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, what are we really referring to, and what was the intention of the fund?
Yeah, the intention of the fund is to be able to provide access to funding for Nigerian operators who have experience but unfortunately do not have the necessary financial capacity to buy ships. You know that shipping is a highly capital-intensive business, and Nigerian banks are unfortunately not sufficiently capitalized to provide the required funding. But apart from the funding issue, there's a problem of being able to evaluate and ascertain the level of risk that's inherent in the underlying business. And so it was realized that we needed to have a special facility that will provide the funds, that will provide the necessary expertise to enable us to add value to the carriage of goods that emanate from Nigeria's trade.
Right.
So that is how the business started. That is how the campaign started so many years ago. A lot of patriots were involved in this, lawyers, maritime practitioners, industry personalities, and we continue to stage events, seminars, conferences, so that the government would be educated on what needed to be done to ensure that we developed our industry potentials optimally.
Right. Okay, then, Captain Yenacho, please, I think there's a radio set that's on where you are. You need to turn it off completely so that we do not have this feedback that we're getting at the moment. Right. But taking this to another level, Captain Yenacho, I'm just wondering, this was a law that was passed in 2004, and this is 18 years down the line. We are yet to even start disbursing the funds, even though we've been having equity. Just take us through, what are some of the delays? What are the things that have been causing these delays in these 18 years?
I can simply say to you that it's all political, because the issues that underpinned the campaign for development of cabotage never changed over the years. It was born out of a realization that our people were not participating optimally in the movement of goods coastwise in Nigeria's trade. And so, for reasons which I have indeed touched upon this morning, lack of capacity on the part of banks, lack of capacity on the part of banks in actually evaluating the risk element in these investments, it was decided that special provisions would be made, including the accretion of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. So that is how we started. But you know, political administrations continue to change, and once a new administration comes, then they would look at it and say, oh, why is this money sitting down here, and why must we distribute it to people? And in making those points, sometimes they really do not make the original point. They do not understand exactly the historical background behind the development and establishment of the fund.
Right. Now, you are an indigenous ship owner, and this fund was meant to really, build capacity for Nigerian indigenous ship owners. This is 18 years down the line. What has been the impact of this delay on the shipping sector in Nigeria and even the economy at large?
Well, the impact really is that there has been a limitation in the impacts that we could make through participation in providing shipping for coastwise goods in Nigeria. You've made the point several times that it's been 18 years. It's been 18 years that those of us who are industry practitioners have been waiting for the right political decisions to be taken. So we are really thankful that finally people have now understood that this is not money to be brought out and shared. This is not people who can come up and say, this is my share of the national cake. It is a very important component of our economic development, that we have the resources available, that the resources be made available to people who know how to run shipping, that those people also be given the policy support to be able to integrate into the industry so that they can buy and operate ships. First of all, they will buy and operate cabotage vessels, and subsequently, it is hoped that they would acquire the necessary experience to buy and operate ships internationally.
All right, then. We're still going to explore this more because I'm just thinking, I hope it's not a case of same script, different casts. I'm going to be bringing out some things here. But I understand that for the past 18 years, as the Director General of NIMASA did say on Saturday, we've been able to accumulate over 16 billion naira and $350 million as contributions into that fund. All right. You'll be talking to us the operational modalities because the government is saying these are the things that they will be doing. But first, we're just going to take a brief break, 1 or 2 messages. When we return, Captain Alao will also join us to reflect on this. And is it time yet for indigenous ship owners to sing huru? All right. Is it a time for the victory dance in terms of this disbursement of this fund? All that and much more will still be part of the program. A brief break, we'll be back.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from Port A, go enter Port B, with a measure within on a need. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't shop proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem when shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily. Papa email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Allow us on top 0818-888-8895 or 0703-584-6468. Nigerian Shippers Council with the meeting for the port of Nanir.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is the program, and this morning we are trying to understand the dynamics of the that's the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund, and I've got 2 great minds with me on the program. Captain Emmanuel Iheanacho is a former Minister of Interior. He's also chairman of Genesis Worldwide Shipping Company Limited. Also have Captain Tajuddin Alao, who is the president of the Nigerian Association of Master Mariners, also joining us on the line this morning. But before I connect with him quickly, let me let you know, those of you who are within the Ikorodu end, I understand it's slow movement heading towards mile 12. Beyond that point, it gets better. On the Okiodo end, there's a broken down loaded truck at Kaso inwards the toll gate. I understand it has axle related problem. Driver and motorboy not yet sighted, but we have adequate monitoring very much in place by the traffic managers for you to have it pretty good driving through that corridor. Right then, so Captain Tajuddin Alao, nice to have you join us. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Right.
Victor.
Right, so you must be excited hearing of the news that finally the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund will be disbursed after approval by Mr. President.
Very, very, very happy, commendable decision, and a very welcome Christmas or end of year package.
Right. So it's a Christmas gift, so to say. But Some would say it's coming too late. What do you make of that?
It's the end of year a package for the maritime industry. It's a shooting information that has come down. Remember, for 20 years, we have been fighting for this, and now the decision has been taken that it will be disbursed. The modalities, the beneficiaries, and all that, that's another thing. But the political decision to disburse is very welcome and commendable.
All right. Okay, then. So I wanted two of you to listen to the Honorable Minister. He did talk about the modalities for its disbursement. He was saying that he has also made his prayers to Mr. President that this should be paid into the TSA, okay? And of course, from there, they'll be able to take, the decision. Let's hear the Honorable Minister, Engineer Muazu Jaji Sambo.
We have prayed to the President that yes, we are going to continue to allow these funds to go into the Treasury single account. However, whenever this money hits the threshold of $50 million, the Central Bank of Nigeria, upon recommendation from NIMASA and the Federal Ministry of Transportation, would give effect to the transfer of such funds to the primary lending institutions. And in this regard, 5 primary lending institutions have been approved by Mr. President to give effect to the disbursement.
All right, then, so 5 primary lending institutions: Union Bank, Zenith Bank, Polaris Bank, UBA, and Jais Bank. Those are the 5 lending institutions. Let me get to you, Captain Iheanacho. The DG of NIMASA did say that we've had over 16 billion naira and $350 million as contributions to that fund. Doesn't that sound too little in 18 years?
I'm so sorry. What was the question? Yes, can you please repeat the question?
Okay, I was just trying to say that the DG of NIMASA, that's Bashir Jamo, did also say that when we look at the funds as it is today, we've had over 16 billion naira and, put that in dollars, $350 million as the fund that we have existing in the CVFF. And I'm just asking, if 18 years, we've just only generated 16 billion, isn't that too little?
Well, it isn't too little. There has to be a starting point, and I think $350 million is a lot of money. Talking about what you can buy, $350 million, if you are buying a brand new ships, we'll be able to buy you an MR or buy you about 10 to 15 MR vessels brand new. But if you understand how ships are traded in the maritime, mostly people buy second-hand vessels that are in good shape. And it would seem to me that with $350 million, you could actually buy as many as 20, maybe 30 workable coastal vessels.
Right.
It is very important that we get involved in this business. Let me give you an example, because we are active in the oil trade along the Nigerian coast.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to fix vessels on a time charter, 10-day charter for $25,000 a day. But because there are no Nigerian ships recently, the charter rate absolutely shot up to $50,000 a day, and indeed at some point in time went up to $70-something thousand. And this is money that is being lost to the Nigerian economy, because if you had Nigerian vessels participating in the business, that money would be internalized. And so it is very important that whatever modalities are specified for people accessing these funds, it should be such that in a very short time, we would be able to shortlist those who are qualified, those who have experience, and those who have the capacity to pay back, so that they can access these funds and go out in the market and buy ships, so that this can continue to trade in Nigerian waters.
All right, Captain Alao, so for master mariners like you, let's just touch a bit on this. How significant is we having our own indigenous vessel ply the waterways on the ocean frontiers?
That position cannot be overemphasized. We must have our own shipping fleet. Like my senior colleague and a brother, Captain Enacho, he's been a player for over 25 years or 3 decades. So he knows now that we have problem in Ukraine, the foreign ships, the good ones, they are trading in Europe. The Greek and the Turkish ships that are within the waters, the freight rates are shut up. So we cannot be held as ransom if we have our own ships run by our own people. And we have the capacity, the money is there, just empower our people. Because if there are crises, look at during the COVID, when there was no flight zone and only ships were moving, ships owner will decide where their ships go. If we have our own ship, we are protected and we can bring goods to service our country.
Sure.
Right.
So, most when you control the ocean, you control the world.
Absolutely.
Right. They went to war, they had our 85 ships.
Right.
The sanctions, they were still surviving. Bringing ships, I work on the Iran ship. We stayed 2 months, 3 months in Vancouver to carry wheat. Imagine what they would pay to foreign sector.
Right.
So please need to have our own fleet.
All right. I just love what you said now. The line is a bit cranky, but you said when you control the ocean, you control the world. Captain Hienacho, let's rewind a bit before we get ourselves too happy. Even though this sounds like a Christmas gift, some would equally say this might also be a Greek gift, considering the fact that sometime in January 2020, the then Minister of Transportation, Honorable Rotimi Amechi, also announced at the forum, precisely at the Shippers Appreciation Night, that President Buhari has given approval for the disbursement of the same CVFF funds, and that he will be liaising with NIMASA and the Nigerian Shippers Council to look into the modalities of its disbursement. So, are we not having this a case of same script, different cast?
Yeah, well, I can say to you, people can say, oh, is it a Greek gift? We're Nigerians. Let us look at it as a Nigerian gift and not as a Greek gift. The most important thing that we have to say is this. We absolutely need those ships, and that is the reason why people establish national fleets, so that you can influence the level of freight rates in your economy. When you have a situation like we have currently, where there are no Nigerian flag vessels, foreign flag vessels come and trade in Nigerian waters, and they absolutely exact a price, an extraordinary price, where instead of charging you $25,000 a day for a 10 meter, they are charging you $60,000 a day. When they are running the ships with only $10,000, it's only when you have your own fleet that you intervene and say, no, you can't charge like that. We know exactly how much it costs to run shipping, and you cannot freeze us, and so we want to run our own ships. And so whether it is for cabotage shipping or whether it is for international shipping, that is the reason why people clamor to have their own national fleet, so that you protect your economy, you don't allow people come there to cheat you, and I think that is the case that we have to make now. As for whether this thing, we've been through this before in 2020, well, that is all history. We are now in 2022, going to 2023. Let us all determine that we are going to make it work this time. We are saying that it's a special gift for Christmas. We are really very grateful for it in the industry, and we are hoping that we make the best use of this opportunity.
All right, so just before you land, what was set at the inception? How was it meant to operate? Now, for you as a ship owner, you're supposed to contribute some percentage, right?
Yeah, basically, it is actually built into the freight that you have earned. If you have been operating as a ship owner, it isn't that you contribute a certain percentage and then that's it. You contribute on a continuous basis every time your ship comes in, and then you report. And so that is how the money has been accrued over time. And so when they specify the modalities for disbursement, they have to look at the history of those who have been there and whether or not they have contributed, in addition to other things that they would look at. And so that is the way it works. I think also that one of the things that would be advised to the PLAs would be to ensure that the person who, the potential borrower, really has a contribution to make to show that he has a commitment to the business that he is vying to borrow money to develop.
Right. And it's not going to be a kind of largesse for people to just go and share the money, right? That's what you're saying.
No. It's not going to be a largesse. It's not going to be is there anybody share their national cake or whatever. It's money to buy ships so that you can operate the shipping, you can create jobs, technology can be transferred, and we can also influence the level of freight rates in our trade.
Right. So for seafarers now, Captain Alao, so this should be a kind of avenue to also build capacity. I mean, if we can have indigenous players, that means we can have much more. I mean, we can have many more players who are going to be seafarers that will be on those vessels. Is that correct?
Very correct. The multiplier effect is right now, just last week they sent some people abroad to India to be trained for placement, not for to the marine school. They agreed rather to be put on the ships. If we have, Captain Enacho talking to you, has trained so many, yes, when the ships were running,
right,
including girls who are now senior officers. Look at that opportunity. You see? So if we domicile everything in Nigeria, I benefited, Captain Enacho benefited, many of us, we benefited from Nigeria National Shipping Line. You understand?
Right.
So, Mobile employed about 15 master mariner in 1 week as mooring master in 1997 because they were there and Oyibo people were replaced immediately. Imagine that job had been occupied by Oyibo people, foreigners for a very long time. So, manpower development is it's a challenging issue. When we have our own ships, definitely that will not be the problem anymore.
All right, then.
And
right.
Factor in on your area of strength.
Okay.
Your area of strength.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right, then. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM.
Mr. Oteri, can I just add before we move on there to say that in addition to all these efforts that we're making to develop a capacity in the coastal shipping, you know, this is a country that has absolutely stood on the trade in crude oil.
Right.
But unfortunately, we have had limited success in extracting the maximum benefit from the oil that we trade because we bring the oil from the well and bring it to the wellhead, and then the buyer immediately kicks in with his own ships, creating jobs for his people, creating profits for his people. And then they take the oil and then they take it to a refinery. To refineries that don't belong to Nigerians. And it creates jobs and wealth for those people. Then they load it onto a ship again and bring it down to Nigeria, creating jobs and wealth outside Nigeria. It is high time that we really identify this track that I have told you of value and follow it. And so wherever we can intervene through the placement of our own ships, be it in cabotage, be it in ships that are deployed to carry crude oil to foreign markets, be it even in our investment in foreign refineries and we buy them in situ, we have to absolutely look at all of these opportunities.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. Maritime Today is the program, and today we are looking at the dynamics of the Cabotage Vessel Financing Fund. Over the weekend, Minister of Transportation announced that Mr. President has granted approval for the disbursement of the fund, bringing an end to the 17-year jinx that has befallen that particular fund in terms of it being disbursed to those who are indigenous players, right? Those of you on the Third Mainland Bridge, I can tell you, ascending down from Adekunle, that's on the Third Mainland Bridge, that stretched down to Loma. It's moving traffic being experienced, but immediately after Loma, we have a steady movement proceeding down to Sura, Sangros, also linking up with the High Court, very much in good shape at the moment. Simpson Bridge, of course, connecting Osborne Road is also looking pretty good. Obalinde Bridge, straight down to Marina Bridge, looking pretty good as well. And then the return journey from Akpongban Bridge, linking up with Inner Marina en route CMS to connect Odulami. We have a steady movement at that particular location. All right, so let's explore this further. If you have any questions for my guests, and of course, if you're feeling so elated as well, or perhaps otherwise, You can send in your contributions on the program before we wrap things up on 08099120777. That's 08099120777. All right, so for you are a ship owner, Captain Hienacho. What does the business look like for you players within the sector, and how many of your type do we still have in the country as we speak right now?
Well, I mean, for me as an individual, I started off owning ships in the middle 1990s, and I think that over time I would have owned and operated more than 10 vessels. At some point in time, we diversified into the carriage of petroleum products, and that's where we are currently. I really need to, of course, that's my business plan, and I don't need to say it on air, but for anybody who cares to know, I need to rebuild my fleets to augment the other businesses that I do. And so there are also a lot of Nigerians who have built up sizable fleets. They built up experience. They provided unique opportunities for people to trade. People like Mr. Aminu Umar, he was just a young chap that we were within the industry, but now he's a big ship owner, and we are very proud of the successes that these people have made over time.
Right.
Captain Alao also, I will not afraid to mention him because we are all active in different parts of the industry, and Captain Alao is there looking after the maritime professionals and speaking up for them all the time.
Right.
And we are equally proud of the contributions that he has made over time.
All right, I have some contributions here that are coming in as a result of this particular topic. This one says, hello, Victor. Kudos to you and your guests there. But I'd love to know if we still have indigenous ship owners today in the country. And secondly, I am thinking the funds are not disbursed because of their insincerity. This is coming from Tola in Ogijo. All right. So, I mean, he's saying that it's insincerity that's leading to that. There's another comment here says, Victor, please help ask our former minister. Okay. Please help ask our former minister of Interior. Will these funds be disbursed with all modalities as said by the minister? Not man, no man things that we usually see around us. And this is coming from Ajoke in Badagry. Okay, so I would love you to answer that, Captain Hienacho, right away. Don't you think in the disbursement of these funds we'll be having this man, no man kind of thing?
We have no evidence to show that the Honorable Minister will order the disbursement on the basis of as man, no man. We have to give him the benefits of the doubt. He's an Honorable Minister, and so far he has performed very creditably. And if he puts his word online and says, well, I've got instructions to disburse this thing, we believe he's going to do it and do it well.
All right, then, Captain Alao, this is a comment for you. It says, this is beautiful. It says, this is beautiful. Now that the funds are here, will this be taking away the death of seafarers and their training at sea? All right, Captain Alao, I think you answered that earlier on, but you just want to react to this person's comment?
Well, we need to have the ships first, and then I'm sure that will be part of the condition. But let me tell you, if you are buying second ship, we have limitation of berth on board. But if you are buying new ships, I think they should incorporate extra accommodation for cadets, male and female, separate.
Okay.
So that we can really take advantage.
Right.
So for new build, in the plan approval specification, there must be extra bed for the cadets, male and female.
Right.
So a good number one, well, they will make do with what is there. But definitely there will be accommodation to train our people.
All right, let's begin to wrap up things on the program this morning. Captain Hienacho, how soon do you expect these funds to be disbursed?
Well, I think it shouldn't really take too long, because if you recall that we started this campaign some 18 years ago, approval was given for this money to be disbursed at some point in time. Modalities were drawn up. So I don't think that we have to start afresh again. All we have to do is to dust up all the plans that we had made in the past, empanel a committee to look at it, pick out the ones that are workable and can easily be implemented, and absolutely go for it.
Right.
So we cannot sit down poring over it forever and ever. and waiting for it to happen, and it never happens. I'm hoping that within the next couple of months, we should see people benefiting from disbursements from the CVFF and being able to buy vessels and increase the national fleet thereby.
All right, then that's very optimistic of you. Captain Alao, in 30 seconds, how soon? Do you think this will be up and running by June or July next year?
The minister has limited time to go, and coming from the industry before, it was the area manager, Oniwa. I'm sure he will fast-track everything to make sure that the money is disbursed.
All right, then let's leave it at that for now. Let me say a big thank you to both of you. Captain Emmanuel Henacho, thank you so much for coming on the program.
You're welcome.
And
thank you very much. It's a great pleasure being here. Thank you. It's always nice to talk to you. And thank you to all those who are listening and participating in the program. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I've been speaking to... Yeah, Captain Alao. Thank you too. All right, so I've been speaking with two great captains on the program, and we've been reflecting on the cabotage vessel financing funds. Let's hope, like they said, that this can see the light of day, and let's hope that indigenous players will also be beneficiaries from very short time possible. We have to go. The program has been produced by Folashade Adirumu. Let me say a big thank you to Reke Adikru Yagboyaju and Honorable Emmanuel Jime of the Nigerian Shippers Council. You can connect with them on all their platforms at NG Shippers, and you can follow me too on social media at Oteri Victor. Maximum thanks to our social media team, and our executive producer is Tayo Akole. I'm out. Bye.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about.